Ahead of today's Bears versus Rams game, the Bears are planning, per Brad Biggs, to make a major change to the offensive line. We got to talk about what that is and how that's going to affect this team moving forward, especially in this game. We'll talk about all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you stay in tune with us, man. Appreciate all of you guys for showing love. As always, as you can see, I'm getting ready for this game. I'll be on Fox after the game, so make sure to tune in to Fox 32 to check out After the Whistle. Me, Lou Canellis, Tina Wynn, and of course, Matt Spiegel, I believe, will be returning with us as well. And I will be on the post game show with Jeff Meller and Jason McKee over on ESPN. So stay tapped in with everything we have going on over there. All right, let's get to the news here. Per Brad Biggs, the Chicago Bears are possibly planning to make a major change here. They're strongly considering moving left guard Joe Thuney to left tackle, with Jordan McFadden or Luke Newman potentially taking his place at left guard for this game. Now, this would be massive because we have not seen Joe Thuney at all at left tackle this season, but it's not the first time that we've ever seen Joe Thuney do this. Remember, when the Chiefs left tackle ended up going down last year, Joe Thuney slid over and took over those duties kind of towards the end of that season. He faced Cleveland, Houston, and Pittsburgh. And listen, they were up and down performances. I'm not going to sit there and say that they were great, but then you get to the playoffs. He plays Houston again. Pretty good run blocking day for him that day. Struggled a little bit in the pass pro, especially going up against a guy like Jared Verse. That'll be very important in this game. He played Buffalo and did a great job in pass pro that day. And then he finished it off with Philly, where he did struggle a little bit in the Super Bowl, but still was voted the MVP of that Chiefs team for being able to step out there and handle those duties pretty strongly. I think that's going to be very interesting to see what the Bears do here, because you really just have to gauge what's the best option for you. I mean, if you're going with Jordan McFadden right now in this moment, and I'm not saying that it can't be done, right? Like let's be 110% about what the Bears have been this season. They have had guys absolutely just step in the toughest of tough moments and get the job done. So I can't sit here and say that the Bears aren't going to be able to go out there and move Jordan McFadden into the starting lineup. I believe this would be for the first time this year outside of maybe a couple of snaps. And he would be able to go out there and perform. We've seen him be able to go out there. We've seen this team put guys out there that you don't expect to be able to go out there and perform, and they get the job done, right? DeMarco Jackson, bringing in CJ, guys like that, where you go, okay, like, I don't know why this works, but it just does. So I think that this could be something that could be the better option, but you do have to ask yourself, who would you rather have going up against Jared Verse? Would you rather have Theo Benedict possibly with a little bit of help at that left tackle position, where you feel like, yeah, we can move Thuney out, we can keep Thuney where he is, you've got that comfort, you're helping out a guy like Theo Benedict, who hasn't been terrible this year but has had his moments of struggle, but you're also able to keep the tight end in? Or, and probably more what this speaks to me, you take a little bit more chance at that guard position. You put Joe Thuney out there at left tackle to make sure that Caleb's backside is protected, and you give yourself the opportunity to have more passing options on the field. Because if you're going to help Theo Benedict or Braxton Jones, whoever ends up being in there, I would assume Theo Benedict probably gets the call if he's out there at left tackle. If you're going to help that guy, you have to have a tight end stay in and chip. You have to have a running back stay in and chip. I think Ben Johnson is probably expecting this to be a game where you're going to need to go out there and put up a ton of points. You're going to have those explosive plays. How do you do that? You have your full complement of weapons to you. And it's not to say you can't utilize Cole Kmet in that manner and throw him out there, or even Colston Loveland in that manner and throw him out in the flats and stuff like that. But he wants these guys going vertical, getting downfield. And so I think that's more so why we'll probably see this change play out, where you see Joe Thuney step over at that left tackle position. And again, like I said, this is something that he has done, where he has been successful at. I'm not going to say that he was elite at it, but it is not Joe Thuney coming in here confused or surprised by the position, right? He knows how to play it. He's a veteran. He's somebody that's done it at an elite level, and he's been elite this entire season. I wouldn't be mad at the Chicago Bears if they were to make that move. Let me know how you guys feel down in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you guys as well. Do you feel like this is a good move for the Bears to move Joe Thuney to the left tackle position, or do you feel like this is one that you're taking a chance here in the most important game of the year? But I mean, like I said, this is the most important game of the year for you. Chances are going to have to be taken. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. We're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of this thing, I do want to come back and talk about this game a little bit more and what the Bears could be looking forward to here in the future with the drubbing that we saw from the Seattle Seahawks last night of the San Francisco 49ers. But you got to get to that point. And so we'll talk about this game a little bit more moving ahead. All that and more coming up next. But first, here's a word from our sponsors over at DraftKings. Breeze Nation, we got to take a quick break in the action to let you guys know that we have teamed up yet again with DraftKings Sportsbook. Big thank you to them for being a sponsor of today's episode. And here's the deal that they have for you. New customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's right, $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. And you can stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. So remember, new customers can turn $5 into $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. The crown is yours, and all you have to do is sign up using the promo code Windy City. That's promo code Windy City. Big thank you to DraftKings for being a sponsor of today's episode. Now let's get back to the show. Welcome back in. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. And drop a bear down in this mug, man, because this is playoffs, baby. We're so excited right now. I am tingling with excitement. I don't know if Chicago feels how I feel, but bro, like, this is a massive game. You are in the divisional round right now with an opportunity to get to an NFC title game that features Sam Darnold with a strong defense on the other side, but an offense right now that feels like it could be Super Bowl caliber. And today's your day to go out there and find a way to prove it. Listen, there's a lot that's going to have to be done well today. I think for starters, we need to see some better coaching to start this game up. And here's the tough part, right? Like, what's your best option going up against Matthew Stafford? It's not going to be the blitz. It's not going to be hanging back there and just letting him pick you apart. So you're kind of picking the best of a bad situation. I think this is one where from DA, I want to see some zone here. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the man, you just don't have the personnel right now to do man. I think you do have the DBs, and I know a lot of people look at the DBs and say, oh, my God, these guys can't cover anybody. And they have been listen, there have been times where these must have gotten cooked. Jalen Johnson, Deshaun Wright, name the guy. There have been times where they have gotten cooked. But realistically speaking, this is not you can't look at the DBs and say it's all on you when you can create no pressure up front. I think you need to find a way to try and work out a zone blitz in this game where you're throwing that zone at them, because I think that's going to give your DBs the best opportunity to stay in front of two dogs out here. And Devontae Adams, who has played in cold weather like this before, and Puka Nacua, who has been at BYU, but I mean, that's a little while ago. He's probably used to LA a little bit here. But man, like, you do not want to take chances just letting Stafford sit back there and give you the opportunity to pick you apart. This is a game where, to me, if you force some pressure in Stafford's face, and by the way, for the love of God, if we can rush for it, that'd be great. Like, I'm okay with you starting off and seeing where you're at, because you do have Coleman Shelton going up against you. This is an offensive line that's been pretty solid, but Coleman Shelton has, of course, is the weak link in that, like, he's somebody that you can bowl over, but he's going to kind of be helping between Javon and Grady. What we saw in the second half last week, we need to see that early in this game and throughout the entire game. Great pressure from Grady Jarrett, great pressure from Javon Dexter, pushing that pocket back into the face of the quarterback. Matthew Stafford's going to get rid of that ball quick, so it's got to be a quick push. Try to push him back, get your hands up, and try and create some tip passes for the DBs out here. This is a football team that has been very good at taking the football away. They weren't very good in that first game. I think this is a game where you have to find a way to steal two possessions if you are the Chicago Bears. And you know, looking at this game offensively, you've got an offense that can go toe-to-toe once it wakes up. Ben Johnson, you got to find a way to make this thing wake up, and especially with the offensive line changes that the Bears are making, start this game running the football. running aggressively. Eric Bieniemy, I'm looking at you. You got to have these boys ready to run the football hard. We need 4.5 yards per carry on this. And I get it, right? It's going to be tough. You got a strong defensive line standing in front of you. Everybody's focusing in on what Jared Verse is going to do in this game. This is this is not an easy task at all. But what you don't want to do, if you do have a Jordan McFadden or a Luke Newman in there, or even vice versa, if you go with the main lineup and you've got a Theo Benedict in there, right? You don't want to be in a position where you put your line in this spot where they have to give ground to this dominant defensive line. Run right at them. Use this O-line the way that you talked about using them earlier in the season. Remember when the O-line ended up getting the game ball, and I think it was it Darnell Wright who said it? But he was like, listen, we want you to use us as much as you possibly can. Like, lean on us. We want to be a strength of this team. And I think that they are a strength of this team, but you have to be willing to put them in a position for them to be a strength. And to me, we haven't seen that enough over the past couple of weeks because we haven't got that run game going early. We've been looking to pass the football. And I understand it. In the Packer game, you get down 21-3. Don't do that tonight. Don't do that. But you get down 21-3 and you go, well, you know what? This one is going to be a passing football game. I don't think that's a great situation for you to be in. Start this thing off running the football, get those bootlegs going, and you'll have an opportunity to win, especially with how banged up the DBs are on this team. I think that this is one that the Bears can win. I think this is the one that the Bears do win, and I think we're packing our bags and heading to Seattle. I would bet you that Ben Johnson sent the text message out last night and said, bring your bags to the stadium because we're not going home. This is a go out there and win this kind of game, and we're going to be ready for this. Make sure that you have everything packed as we get ready to go to Seattle. Like, that's the kind of mindset that this team comes at it with me, and I'm so excited to see what kind of mindset they're going to bring in this game. But this is a team that can get after you. I mean, listen, I've said it multiple times this week. On paper, this team is the better team. The Rams are the best team we've played the entire season. Even with how banged up they are the best team that we have played this entire season. And so you have to be on your P's and Q's. This has to be, dare I say, not a San Francisco game. This has to be a Dallas game. This has to be a Bengals game where you come out first drive and put points on the board. And we haven't seen the Bears do that enough over the past few weeks. And I'm talking about 6. When I say points on the board, I'm talking about 6, not 3. We've seen them too often come away with 3 and have a defense that can't get the job done in those moments. Matthew Stafford will kill you if you give him that opportunity. So everybody has to be ready to go from play one. Yurko said it perfectly. Play on the precipice of disaster. The reason why, because usually, right, there's that 10% that you say, I still got this in the tank if I ever need to get to it. You need to get to it from the word jump, from the word go, because this is a team that will be playing that way. They've been to a Super Bowl. They understand what it takes. They've got a quarterback that has been in that position, and they know how to get the job done. If you want to represent the NFC versus the Seattle Seahawks, which is going to be another tough matchup when you get there, this is your best opportunity to do that, because this is a defense that can get after you. And I think Seattle's defense is better. I'm not saying that they're not, but this is the greatest test that you're going to get if you're going to find your way on the pathway to a Super Bowl. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. What is your prediction for this game? I do think that the Bears win. I got a 34-28 victory over the LA Rams today. And even if they don't, we ain't even entertaining that. We'll have that conversation after the game. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. As always, it's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Bet on. One love. Peace.